Hi everyone, welcome to Otaku Talk. I'm your host, OD. If this is your first time or you're a reoccurring viewer, please take a second to just like, share, and subscribe this video, this channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Slam that bell notification, please, please, please. I know it's probably annoying, you hear it a lot, but it would help me so much. I'm only 12 subscribers away from becoming a YouTube creator and getting access to more filters and just expanding my channel and my community. So please, it would mean the world to me. A second for you, possibly life-changing for me. Anyway, today we are going to be reviewing and analyzing chapter 311 of My Hero Academia. Now, I'll be super real with you. I'm probably going to keep this review rather short. This chapter didn't really move me. I'm not going to say it's a bad chapter. I was talking to some friends about it, and some of them didn't like this chapter that much. I don't necessarily believe certain things make a chapter bad or good. I just wasn't the biggest fan of this chapter, and there's not a lot I really want to draw on from this chapter. So without much further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so chapter 311 of My Hero Academia. Basically, we start off with what we've been starting off with for the last several chapters, and that's the world's in chaos because of the events of Shigaraki and the rest of the Legion of Villains. The public is swamped with escapees from jail, and they are just wreaking havoc. And so, Best Jeanist, Hawks, and Endeavor all show up to pretty much rein in the terror, to basically do what heroes do and put an end to the villains. However, we probably all haven't forgot, but all the heroes are kind of in a really weird place after the press conference and all the news about like Endeavor being messed up, Hawks having a bad father, and the heroes knowing more than they're letting on about the motives for all for one and whatnot. And so pretty much after disposing of these villains, the heroes are belligerently chastised and yelled at and just, pretty much abused by the civilians. And it's kind of sad, but at the same time, I have little to no remorse for Endeavor. He was kind of a shitty person. However, for Hawks and Best Jeanist, I kind of do feel bad. We have a lot of people are like, yo, you're the reason all this is happening in the first place. And Endeavor's like, I'm hip. That's why I'm here. I'm trying to clean up my own mess. Yelling at me about it isn't really going to help matters. But if that's what's going to make you guys feel better, then fuck it, go for it. But I'm going to keep doing my job at the end of the day. You guys can make it hard. You can make it easy. I kind of deserve this. I was kind of a dickhead. So, reap what I sow. This is my cross to bear. I do respect Endeavor in that regard that, he's not talking back. He's not threatening people because he could easily just, flame on real quick, shoot some high intensity heat towards them, be like, fuck off. But no, he's like, I deserve to take my lumps. I fucked up. And this is my redemption. And if every time I go out to save lives, I get yelled at and chastised by it, so be it. Like I'm a hero to be a hero, not, for accolades, which originally I think he did want the accolades, but now I think he's starting to understand more of what comes with the title and that he has been, erroneous in his views. So that's cool to see. Also, something I didn't notice at all, I can't take credit for this at all, and shout out to the Redditor that mentioned it. Apparently, the one dude at the very end of the panel, and I'll post it, who's chastising and belittling Endeavor is the same dude that fired Twice and caused Twice's downward spiral into becoming a villain. So I just thought that was super interesting, and I can't help but notice the irony of the fact that he's over here blaming Endeavor for everything that's happening, even though he himself played a role in it, because Twice pretty much had a Joker plotline where he essentially had one bad day. for anyone who doesn't remember what happened with Twice, a lot happened with Twice, but specifically what I'm talking about with his bosses, Twice hit someone with his motorcycle. According to Twice, his name is Jin, by the way. So according to Jin, the dude, he was going the speed limit. The dude jumped in front of him, but at the end of the day, a cyclist versus a pedestrian, the jury's typically gonna go with the pedestrian, and so the fucking cop tells him, "Hey, dude, not that big a deal. We all make mistakes. You can bounce back from it." However, thanks to the boss who fired Jin, he couldn't bounce back from it. He had problems getting a new job, so he therefore had to turn to a life of crime. And the one bad step, the one bad day, as the Joker would say, turns into a slippery slope, and just honestly is part of what compounded to what's happening. And so I think what the point the author is trying to make is that it doesn't necessarily matter. Like, everyone had. Let me start that over. Basically, I think what the author is trying to say is everyone plays a role in what happens, and it's easier to blame and yell and chastise others, but everyone has a role in what happens, and that's pretty much what happened there. So this just a cool little thing that I had no clue about. I'm glad I checked the Reddit because I really didn't know what I wanted to talk about today, and that was just a cool little nugget nidbit. After that, we get into this big conversation about All for One and the requirements for him to transfer over to Shigaraki. Ever since we heard about the plot point for him wanting to take over Shigaraki's body, I've been thinking of nothing but Sasuke and Orochimaru. That's just just something I want to throw out there. I've just been thinking about that whole situation about how Orochimaru wanted Sasuke's body and wanted to access to the Sharingan. So basically, we're not really. It seems like we're being told something new and important, but we're not. Basically, we're told the same thing that we've known, that All for One is very special, and there seems to be some kind of specific catalyst or criteria that needs to be met before he can completely take over Shigaraki's body, and we don't know that yet. According to the heroes, what we always assumed it needs to be was rage and hatred, but that doesn't seem to be the case. We're also told something that I didn't really think about till now, but that was that All for One is always smiling, which is kind of this kind of like All Might's thing, right? But All Might's thing is he smiles for some reason to show he's a symbol of peace, to not show fear in the face of danger, to give hope to those he's rescuing, so that if someone is coming to save you and they're all flustered and they're all nervous, you're going to de facto take on those emotions too, because it's a situation of stress. And the professional hero, if anyone should be calm, if anyone should be able to handle the situation, it should be them. So if they're freaking out, of course you're going to freak out, right? So I just really thought that was interesting. So I wonder what that means. To me, my theory currently is that maybe instead of rage and anger, maybe lust for power is needed. Maybe that's why he's always smiling. Maybe there's just a lust for power needs to be had. And right now, Shigaraki doesn't quite have that, but he's approaching it. Right now, all he has is anger or whatever, and that's the first step. But something he needs to realize is that anger isn't enough. Having the power to make whatever he wants happen, that's what's enough. So I don't know. We'll see. Something interesting that happens that kind of helps progress the plot of what the mangaka wants is because of all the bad publicity they're getting, and because they don't want to give any negative light. They don't want to basically shine any light on Deku and kind of reveal that, okay, he's the actual target. They decided to leave a couple kilometers of space between them and Deku and All Might, which actually might backfire for them because it looks like they both are being ambushed. We see in a panel that there's some kind of grenade that goes off near All Might's fresh as fuck car. Yeah, I'm still on there. That car is fresh as fuck, and blows up. Everyone for some reason seems to think All Might is dead. We don't know that yet. I'm a big proponent of, if I don't see it, it didn't happen. So I need he can be dead. I have no problem with him being dead, but like I'm not gonna say he's dead because there was an explosion. We don't see him. Anything could have happened. So we'll see that. Um, and then we have a really dope scene where Deku's cell phone gets shot out of his hand. Now, for the longest time, I was just being stupid. I didn't know what was going on. I was like, did someone shoot a sword at him? That with a sword that had a speaker attached to the hilt? No, bro. This dude Deku's sword. I mean, not sword. Cell phone? Can we talk about his phone? I want that phone, bro. That John is indestructible. That John got shot, went through a wall, and is still intact. Also, I'm really confused at what it got shot with because now that I understand it wasn't a sword, like it was really weird, but now I understand that it was like the cell phone and then the thing attached to it. And I couldn't tell if it was a gun with a speaker attached, blah, blah, but basically you can hear from the voice bubbles that the voice is coming off of the end of the bullet, and the end of the bullet seem like intercom-ish. So I don't know. It seems like she's able to fire anything or attach things to bullets. I don't know, but we look up and we see a woman that kind of reminds me of like a combination of Widowmaker from Overwatch. I don't really play that, but Widowmaker from Overwatch because like she has a sniper and there's like webs attached to the sniper. And then I can't tell if that's like a cyborg arm or maybe she has the ability to transform her arm into a weapon similar to like Baby Five from One Piece, right? So oh, that's not even the wildest thing. And then there's someone we see without arms, just heads down. Now, had I just read this chapter, close about, blah, I wouldn't have cared. I would have been like, who is that? But once again, thanks to Reddit, it looks like that is what's his name? Shiraki? Is that Overhaul? Overhaul. I remember his villain name, Overhaul. In case you don't remember Overhaul, that was the one that could change his body into various things. He was the one that was like the foster father of Eri-chan and abused her. It looks like we're either going to have some kind of redemption arc for him or something of that nature. I don't really feel bad for him, but we're probably going to find out why what he did was necessary. Like we do know that he was trying to bring back the Yakuza. He was trying to make his his formers proud or whatever, but I'm not gonna say anything yet, but I do try my best to be like, nah, we're not forgiving that nigga. Like what he did was unforgivable. But yeah, that's about it. So this dude has no arms currently. I'm wondering if maybe we'll have a heart touching moment where Eri-chan heals him, gives him his arms back. Maybe he can still somehow use his overhaul ability. Actually, no, sorry, I'm dumb. I forgot. He lost his he got hit by the Cork fire, right? So yeah, that's out of the question, right? So yeah, I'm very curious to see what role Overhaul is going to play in this part of the arc. If he's going to, do you guys think he's going to have a redemption series? Do you guys care about his redemption series? Do you want him to burn and I hope you burn in hell? Like, do you guys not care? So yeah, I'm just going to leave it there for now. I don't really want to force more content than I have to. I don't want to be fake. Like I said, I don't really have too much to talk about this chapter. Almost thought about skipping this review, but I did want to give my thoughts and opinions and voice on it, and just hear from you guys what you guys think. Hear from you guys what you think is going to happen moving forward. And I also, big question, please comment. How do you feel about the direction of My Hero right now? I was talking to some friends of mine, and personally, like, I'm still enjoying the series, clearly, obviously, but I do miss UA. I do miss seeing the rest of the students. I was really looking forward to seeing the big three, Deku, Todoroki, and Bakugo kind of rise up in the ranks in both school and in the public. And I also want to see people like Minata and Uravity and the Invisible Chick. Like I want to see them grow because they're in Class A, right? And Class A is the top ranking class, but some of their powers seem to be kind of trash. So I was really looking forward to seeing how they grow. I was talking to my friends, and they're like, well, the series is about Deku at the end of the day. Like, we knew, like, it was always going to come to this. Like, from the moment they said this is the story of how I became the greatest hero, we knew it had to be about Deku. But like, while Deku is interesting, part of what made him interesting, what made the whole world interesting, was his ensemble cast. I was talking to my friend, I was like, it's kind of like One Piece, where like, yes, One Piece is about Luffy and the Straw Hats, but it's just as like the people they meet become just as important to the story as the Straw Hats themselves. So I don't know. I really do feel like there is this kind of race towards the end coming. I really did think this series was going to have, a number of years to it. I really did think that this was going to be, My Hero was kind of this generation's Naruto, more or less. So, super simple anime manga, easily can capture an audience, easily enjoyable, great fight scenes, likable characters. Um, so yeah, just give me your thoughts. Anyway, if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. I plan to have videos up every single week. I make a point to always cover One Piece, My Hero Academia, and Dr. Stone. I should be releasing a video probably sometime this week talking about Invincible, talking about this new anime I checked out called Into Your Eternity. And finally, there's a new Netflix series that came out called Jupiter's Legacy. And so I'm definitely thinking about making videos about all those. So please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell. Be sure to tune in for those. Also, I recently started a Twitch gaming channel under the moniker Naija Nightmare. I've been using that for years. Naija is an allusion to my Nigerian background. My football coach used to call me that after, I think, Christian Okoye, this football player who went by the Nigerian Nightmare. So it's derived from that. So I have all my links posted in the description. So please, feel free to check out all my different endeavors and support me any way you feel fit. Have a great day. Take care.